Plaintiff Jeremy Sokol has a 14-year-old daughter with the defendant, but the defendant hasn't seen their child in 5 years because she's a heroin addict. Jeremy claims he got custody of his daughter when she was 6 years old because of the defendant's drug addiction, and he's suing her today for child support. Defendant Michelle Firm admits that she's made a lot of mistakes in her life, but she insists she was a good mother. Michelle claims she only became addicted to heroin after a crooked doctor overprescribed her pain medication. Michelle insists the only reason she hasn't seen her daughter is because Jeremy won't allow it.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I haven't even seen this woman in 5 years. We have a child together. My child hasn't seen her in 5 years.
How old is the child?
My daughter is 14. She'll be 15 next month. Anyway, we haven't, either one of us have seen her in 5 years.
What is that about?
Well, Your Honor, she's a heroin addict. I mean, this woman has been addicted to heroin for 8 years. She's been in and out of correctional facilities off and on since 2007.
How about rehab? You say correctional facilities. How about rehab facilities?
Well, I don't.
To your knowledge.
I don't know of any rehab facilities that she has been, gone through successfully or otherwise. But Your Honor, my daughter came to live with me when she was 6 years old. After I had done some investigating, it had been brought to my attention by someone that's deeply involved in that subculture of junkies, that they say, hey, your kid's mother is on that scene, Jeremy. So I went and I talked to my child's school. She had missed over 50 days of kindergarten. I had spoken to her pediatrician. There were issues there. And as of December 2007, the woman was convicted of possession of heroin in West Virginia.
That's not true.
At the time, I was given custody the next month, January of 2008. I was given emergency temporary custody. I have the court order that the...
Let's see it, please.
Sure. Thank you. I was given emergency temporary custody January 18th of 2008, and then I was granted full custody April the 1st, 2008.
Okay, let me allow her to give some background so we can get to that first contradiction I heard. Ma'am?
Your Honor, I admit that I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but being a good mother wasn't one of them. My kids were well taken care of. In 2003, I was in a car accident. Then I started seeing a doctor. He put me on pain medication. I was getting 120 Oxycontin a month, 90 Percocets a month, 90 Xanax a month. I went to that
Yet
guy.
you were a good mother.
Well,
You had nerve enough to say that in here? That you were a good mother while you were a dope fiend? I don't know whether you are or not now, but you're admitting
Your
that you
Honor.
were a dope fiend and the first thing out your mouth was, I was a good mother? Wow. Go
Your
ahead.
Honor,
What
let
else
me-
you want
let
me
me
to know?
explain
What else you want me to know?
I took very good care of my children.
I heard that, ma'am. I heard that. And I
okay.
promise you,
Well,
nobody in America believes that.
And
Go ahead.
I would have never I got cut off from my doctor. He got in trouble for being a crooked doctor. Yeah, well, I mean, it might seem funny, except for, people, this happens all the time. People
I
end
didn't
up
laugh.
trying to
I'm
raise.
a little compassionate about that when it starts out with
Yes.
an injury, but yeah, you lose that compassion with me when you come here thinking that you took care of your children fine and great and they lived a great life while you were a dope fiend. That's when the compassion ends and the compassion begins with those children. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor, I did get in an accident in 2003.
Got that part. Tell me about this lie that he told or you told. He said you were convicted in 2007 of possession of drugs, and as a result, 1 month later, the child was removed from you for emergency custody. What happened?
Sir, I was in West Virginia. I got pulled over. I was actually a passenger in the car, and they found a spoon in the car, and since it was on my side of the car, they said that it was mine and charged me with possession.
How long ago was
of
that?
heroin. That was in 2007.
Okay, so you were still a dope fiend then, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you lied. Now, I got that part. And so I don't know how many rehabs you've been to, but it's not working for you to come in here and lie just that quickly about not having drugs and that leading to the removal of your child. So have you been to rehab?
Yes, Your Honor.
How many times?
Twice.
Why only twice?
Because, can I explain myself?
No, I want you to answer these questions.
Well, just this last time, I actually wanted to get help because when he did come and get
So
custody
the
of
other
my
times
kid,
you didn't want to get help?
the other times I really didn't even care.
Okay, good
Because
enough.
he took my
All right,
reason
I
for
just
living
got,
away.
I got that part, ma'am. You didn't care. That's why you didn't go. I
Right.
know people who go 5, 6, 7 times within an 8-year period trying because they do care and because they have children. But go ahead. What else you want me to know?
Okay, well, let me just say, for the first 7 years of her life, he didn't have anything to do with her. He would come in, he wasn't there for her birth. He didn't want her to have his last name. She was 3 months old, and then he decided he wanted a paternity test.
Your Honor.
Let her say her piece, sir. This
Okay.
doesn't excuse anything she did.
Well,
Go ahead.
There's a lot of lies being told, and when you do that, you take straw out of the baby Jesus' manger, and I'm real worried he's going to be cold this Christmas because the untruths coming off of that side of the room right now are astronomical. Now, I didn't even know I had a child until she was 2 years old because this woman let another man believe that it was his child. Her and I had a very brief affair in September of 2000, at which time we ended it when I found out she had a boyfriend she had been living with for 2 years. Your Honor, I had moved
That's
to
not
the
true.
city of Columbus.
You knew I had a boyfriend.
After. Well, I'd found out you had a boyfriend and then we stopped talking.
He knew the whole time.
Regardless, I moved on.
Did you tell him it was another man's child? Ever?
I told him, I was with a different man when I started
no.
seeing
I just asked you a very
I told him
simple
that it
question.
could be between
That's-
him and
All right, so
and
there it is.
Mr. So-
All right.
I haven't even seen this woman in 5 years. We have a child together. My child hasn't seen her in 5 years.
What is that about?
Well, Your Honor, she's a heroin addict.
Defendant Michelle Firm has a 14-year-old daughter with the plaintiff. But the plaintiff claims Michelle hasn't seen the child in 5 years because she's a heroin addict.
So let's get back to the child support.
Your Honor,
sir.
when paternity was established, I did my part. I never missed a payment. I did extras. The car that this woman wrecked was a vehicle that I gave to her just to make sure that my child had transportation to school.
How long have
to a
you had
hospital.
custody?
I got custody of my daughter in January of 2008 when she was 6 years old.
Okay. When is the last time you've used drugs, ma'am?
it's been over 2.5 years ago.
Okay,
Your Honor,
good.
there's some more straw out of the Jesus' manger because right here, this woman was arrested February the 4th of
what year?
2016 for petty theft and drug abuse instrument possession. And here, I'll just add this.
Is that true, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I was arrested. I'm on probation.
So why'd you tell me that lie, ma'am?
Lie about being
Clean
Clean.
for 2.5 years when you were just arrested for drugs and petty theft. You don't understand what I'm asking? Are
Yes,
you
sir.
high now?
no, sir.
Okay,
no.
you don't seem to be able to understand that. Either that or you're trying to think about a lie.
No, I wasn't with drugs, Your Honor. I had it was a insulin needle on me. And it was it was a friend of
You're a
mine.
dope fiend still. Go ahead, sir. That's a dope fiend story. I'm not going to even let you tell me that.
Honor, I
you
get-
had
I
insulin
get drug
needles. Be
tests.
quiet. Tell me about this child support, sir.
Your Honor,
Then I'll offer you some rehab inpatient. We'll help. We'll place you.
Your
and
Honor.
we'll see if you take it or you'll give us another story. Go ahead, sir. Tell me about the child support.
not this court, but a family court where this case was originally instated, granted me a monthly stipend of $50 a month, which that was mighty Christian of them to set that at that lowball figure of $50 a month. I think they probably did that under the impression that this woman was unemployed, you know. But over the course of the last 8 years, that amount has accrued to roughly $10,000. And $5,000 is the maximum that I can sue for. I am here today asking for that. I know that during my tenure as a correction officer in the county that this child support order was originally instated, I booked in many men, many men
She certainly can
for
go to
failure
jail
to
for this.
comply. Yeah. So, and that's not what I'm here for. I don't want to see this woman go to jail. However, my daughter is a very special person. She's 14, she's going to be 15. And, you know, what the hell do I know about fixing somebody's hair, Your Honor? Look at my head, you know? It would be, it would be nice. It would be nice if maybe this woman could get some sort of, you know, court-ordered help. Maybe she can be a part of my child's life for the last couple years before she graduates high school and goes off to college. The window of time to do the right thing is small. And that, to me, Your Honor, my child's happiness, because I know my daughter would like to know her mother. She hasn't seen her in over 5 years. I know my daughter would like to know her mother.
Why haven't you seen her in 5 years?
He hasn't allowed me to see her
What
in
has
over
he
5
done to
years.
stop you?
He took me to court. I was having supervised visitation at my parents' house. Well, he took me to court and had that removed in 2011. He had that removed.
Why
so
do you
that
think
way
that was?
I was on my way to prison at the time because of my
All right,
use.
ma'am. So he had
But
every
anyways,
reason to
he
keep
got-
you from.
it wasn't really
quiet.
hurting me.
I'm not gonna listen to any more of this, ma'am. I don't blame him.
Your Honor, she's a heroin addict. I mean, this woman has been addicted to heroin for 8 years. She's been in and out of correctional facilities off and on.
Defendant Michelle Firm has a 14-year-old daughter with the plaintiff, but the plaintiff claims Michelle hasn't seen the child in 5 years because she's a heroin addict.
Sir, you have your child support printout. Ma'am, are you willing to go to rehab or be tested regularly? And if found dirty, go to rehab inpatient?
Your Honor. Like
That's
I
a
said,
yes or no. That's a very easy answer, unless you don't want to.
No, sir. I'm on probation.
Pardon
I do
me?
get tested regularly, once a week.
I'm talking about here.
I'm not able to do it here because I live in
send
Ohio.
we'll find the agency there.
I'm going through an agency right
Will
now.
you allow us to participate? Because you might run game on that agency there, but you ain't running game on the judge.
Sure.
So,
Your Honor.
you've agreed to do so, and we'll see. All right? Good luck to you, sir. $5,000. Good luck to you and your daughter. Have a good day.
Listen, the ball's in her court. I have absolutely no intent on keeping my child from time with her mother if she comes correct. That's all.
That's all I want is to be able to see my daughter.
Beautiful. Well, then it's all yours. You just stay sober and we'll be waiting for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Plaintiff Gail Casey met the defendant 25 years ago when they lived in the same apartment complex. And at the time, Gail was a drug dealer in the complex. Gail is suing her former friend because she loaned her money to take a trip, and the defendant has yet to repay her. Defendant Monica Spencer says she too was a drug dealer, but she claims the plaintiff is just an attention seeker and is suing her prematurely. She's countersuing because she claims Gail harassed her and her family members.
Start with you.
I'd like to first say thank you for hearing our case. And everyone back in North Carolina, as far as the women, said hi.
Tell him I said thank you.
I will. Okay, so let me just give you a little background about how I know Monica. About 25 years ago, I met Monica. We lived in the same complex, and she was pregnant, and my auntie used to always yell out the window, "Girl, you ain't had that baby yet." And so Monica would always, laugh, and we would talk, and this is how we became close. Not trying to brag or talk about what I used to do, because I'm not that person anymore. But this is what I did, and this is how we became friends. We lived in a complex and no one could sell dope out there unless I said they could, and that was only if I didn't have any. Monica would call me up and, "Gail, such and such is out here, trying to sell some dope," and I'd be like, "Get him out of there," and she was my backbone. She got him out of there.
Enforcer?
Yeah, my enforcer. And so there came a time where it was a lady that I had fronted some dope. She owed me $800. I was in the hospital, and she didn't want to pay. And Monica called me up and was like, Gail, she out here trying to get some dope. You want me to get your money? And I was like, yeah, get it for me. So, of course, Monica got my money for me. I was like, okay, now that's a friend.
Let me ask, did you ever go to the penitentiary?
Yes, sir, I did.
How long?
I got 1 year and 1 day. I was
how
looking
much
at
dope?
40 to 60. I had about an ounce.
Did you ever go to the penitentiary?
No, Your Honor.
All right, was this true about you participating in this?
Yes, Your Honor. It's
All
very
right.
true.
So that hurt the community a lot. What have you all done to try and redeem yourself?
Actually, Your Honor, I was putting back in because, like,
Putting
even
back
though,
in then?
Yes.
Okay,
even,
since then, what have you done? Because that offset each other.
Okay.
So what have you done since then? And by the way, giving out food around Christmas time or Thanksgiving, that some drug dealers think that that's enough. The gangbangers think, well, I'm going to feed the hood, or I'm going to buy the kids clothes, and I'm a good man. The hood should love me. You're tricking them. You're tricking them into loving you because they're not... because they perhaps don't recognize that while you're tricking them with a little food here and there and a couple of gym shoes, that you're poisoning the whole neighborhood and turning them into dope fiends, and they're preying on each other, committing crimes against each other to get their drugs. So let's go back. What have you done to repair? Tell me that part.
Okay. And you're absolutely
Since
correct.
then. Yes, ma'am.
I have listened to God. I left Michigan, moved to North Carolina, and I let God direct my footsteps.
What have you done for other people? That's where we're at. Remember, you caused a lot of damage and pain to other people. What have you done for other people?
Okay, I have actually helped other people by giving them monies for food and helping them. And this is not dope money. This is money that I go out and work for every single day. I help take care of their children. I go out and do community service.
There you go.
I am in
Doing what type of community service?
I am in I'm with the Witness for Christ, and
Okay.
what we do is we go out and we speak about God.
Good.
We get food and we go and give it to the
You've been
people.
working to change lives, and people who convert to spiritual lifestyles typically do change and lead productive lives.
Lived in a complex and no one could sell dope out there unless I said they could. Monica would call me up and, Gail, such and such is out here, trying to sell some dope, and I'd be like, get him out of there, and she was my backbone. She got him out of there.
Enforcer?
Plaintiff Gail Casey says she and the defendant have been friends for 25 years, and they both admit that they used to be drug dealers.
$2,775. How does she owe you for that?
Okay, Monica came down to North Carolina, and in August of 2015, and I was going to a family reunion.
Let her finish.
I was going to a family reunion, and she wanted to go. Monica asked, she wanted to borrow $2,500 so she can go on this trip with us. So I gave her the $2,500 plus $275 to get from Birmingham, Alabama to Michigan, and she promised to pay it back.
And what has she given thus far? Anything?
Not a dime.
All right.
Monica went back to Michigan and didn't even talk to
When
me.
was the last time you spoke with her about your money?
The last time was in February.
What did she say?
She said, I asked her, I said, Monica, you said you was gonna give me your money, my money when you got your taxes if you didn't pay within that.
Yeah, right. If you watch, you would know not to take an income tax promise.
You are absolutely right. And I do watch you. I watch you morning and night.
Yeah, well, you must walk away when I talk about those income taxes. Go ahead. So she promised to pay you in February when her income tax came.
Correct. And when I asked her about it, all of a sudden she got amnesia.
All right.
Yeah, amnesia.
That's right, amnesia. That's right. Go ahead.
No, Your Honor. Actually, I went to North Carolina in June for her wedding anniversary.
Okay.
And I ended up staying from June till August. And yes, she let me loan the money about, but I was not supposed to start paying her back for a year.
Oh, you lying. You is lying.
And-
She lying.
No. She gave me a tire. How was I supposed to pay you back when I got
Judge
home and I
Mathis, she
didn't
lied
have
so
anything?
much. She don't even
How
know
was I
when she
supposed to?
lying.
I never received taxes, so how was I supposed to pay her back with my taxes?
You told me you
didn't work
had a
for-
job.
You weren't
told-
intending
That's
to
the-
work for a whole year?
I worked, but I never claimed taxes. I was in the joint
All right,
thing.
but
and
whether
somebody
you
else-
paid it by taxes or otherwise, why would a person tell you you don't have to start paying for an entire year?
Because
if
she was
you are
my
working?
friend. It was more than that. We were like sisters.
I was your friend, not
she
your
was,
mom.
She was my sister, and this wasn't the first time. I mean, we was closer to where. That's why she gave me that leeway. How if you tell me
Oh,
I'm supposed
really?
to pay you a certain day, you call and you talk too soon. You're not even giving me enough time to pay you.
Monica, you promised to pay back 3
Never.
months after the first, and when I first
never,
gave you that
never,
money.
Your Honor, because
Stop
I knew
lying.
I didn't have how
She
3 months.
She lied so much.
How
Judge
3
Mathis,
months,
she don't
Your
even-
Honor?
She
Make it
can't
make
even
sense.
believe her own self lies.
If it's 3 months, you do the math, Your Honor. If she talking about 3 months, I left in August. Tax time ain't 3 months later.
No,
do the math.
It's 3.
Do the math.
No, you were supposed
So
to
how was I supposed to pay her
start
3
back
months
paying
later?
in 3 months. You were supposed to start back paying in 3 months. You were
Lie.
supposed to be done paying
Lie.
by 9 months.
She gave me a
January,
year
It was time for you to be
to pay
paying
her
my
back.
money back.
She just attention seeker, and
Oh, wow.
she just want a bunch
Are
of
you
attention. And
kidding
she
me?
just owns some different stuff. I
What's
went in June. She didn't give me the money to
What's your
August.
counterclaim? How does she owe you?
Because she stressed me. She harassed me.
'Cause I
She
asked for
called
my
the
money?
No, not because she asked
Let
me
her
for her
finish.
money. Because she called the whole world and asked for her money. Because she called all the family and said, oh, you can run, but you can't hide, and where she at? And she harassed me.
Why would she do that if you didn't owe for a year?
Ask her. She
No,
right there.
she didn't
I don't know
harass
why
me.
she did it.
She didn't harass me. I don't
I
have
don't
to
know
ask her
why
nothing.
she did it.
I don't have to ask her nothing.
I don't know why she did
All
it.
right, in
before
the
ahead of
future,
time.
when you're
She
getting harassed,
me.
ask the person why they're harassing you.
I didn't even talk
You
to
from
her.
game. You're supposed to know the game. You didn't drop your books and lost your lesson, slick. Try to talk to me, yeah.
How about that
Try
one?
to talk sideways to me. Anybody have any evidence?
Yes, I do. I do. I have a promissory note.
Let me see that, please.
Not only that-
We're done with this already if the note says anytime sooner than a year.
I also want you to see where she promised that she knew that she owed me.
You
And
will
this
make
is about
first
the
payment
taxes.
at least 3 months after the loan is given.
3. Not a year.
Then we have text, plaintiff. Okay, so what's the problem? I thought maybe you would have paid me when you got your taxes. The defendant says, no taxes. I didn't put this up here for you to respond. I put it up to let you know that I was up on your game a long time ago, and you can save the lies. I'm up on it too.
Plaintiff Gail Casey says she and the defendant have been friends for 25 years, and they both admit that they used to be drug dealers.
Judgment for the plaintiff, ma'am. You signed an agreement saying you would begin paying her 3 months after, not 1 year after. She is a friend to allow you to go 3 months after before starting to pay. Have a good day. You are a good friend.
Thank
Judgment
you.
for the plaintiff. You're a crook. You're still a crook. You've been a crook and you're still crooking. Just kidding with you. Have a good day. Your
I
claim
don't
is
even take it
dismissed.
personal.
Pay me what you owe me and stop trying to hold me. How about
Pay
that?
me what I owe you.
Pay me what you owe me.
Okay, we don't talk about what you owe
We
me.
need your cuss, my loves. I love Monica. We've been friends too long not to love each other. All I wanted was my money, and hopefully we can start talking again and you can stop hiding.
I've never had. I just didn't want the drama.
Well, you got it today. How about that one?
I'm good with it.
I love you.
I love you more.
All right, then.
Until the world blow up.
Oh, my boo-boo.
Plaintiffs Calvin Brown and his wife Alicia say when Calvin dated the defendant, she cheated on him with multiple men in their home and while he was there. Calvin claims as a result of the defendant's indiscretions, he has doubts about fathering her daughter, so he petitioned the court for a paternity test, and they're suing for property and emotional distress. Defendant Angel Prunty insists she never cheated on Calvin, and in fact, he was the one who cheated on her with several different women. Angel insists Calvin is her daughter's father, and 2 weeks after the baby was born, she put Calvin out because he punched her in the face. She's countersuing for rent.
Start with you.
Your Honor, in '08, me and the defendant started dating, and things were all okay at first until later on things got bad and she started sleeping with unknown men in the house.
Your Honor, that never happened, and we started dating in
Let him finish.
2007.
I'll let you give your opinion.
Unknown men in the household while I was there, and
And what would you do?
I didn't do anything, Your Honor.
What part of the house were they in?
They were in the bedroom.
Because she denies it. They were in you all's bedroom?
I was young, Your Honor. I was just turning 18.
You even more crazy at 18. All right, sir. That's hard to believe. You want to address that?
As far as that's concerned, like I said, we got together in 2007 and not 2008, first of all, and I never had any other men in the household. However, during the course of our relationship, I did find out that he did cheat on me with a few different women.
All right, but the
it was
point
not in
is
our
you
house.
never
but
brought a man in that home.
no, Your Honor, I didn't even have any friends, female friends. I didn't hang out with anyone. I went to work and
He's
I came home
making
and I was
this
with
up.
him. Yes, sir.
Somebody's telling a big lie. All right, sir. Go ahead.
Not too long afterwards, Your Honor, she ended up.
How many times did that happen?
It happened several times, Your Honor.
Over 3, over 5?
Maybe about 3 or 4.
And you were able to maintain your temperament each
I
time?
mean, I said something about it, but I mean, it was brushed off.
You said something at what point, sir?
After it happened those first few times, I said something about it.
They're in the room, and you wait until they finish. You see, I'm not laughing. You all don't laugh at the young man because it could be true. You wait until they're finished, and then you say something.
Your Honor, I wasn't really even, I mean, it hurt, but there wasn't really much I could do. At the time, I really didn't have no else place to go. So I stuck it out.
Second time, what happened?
Well, actually, I was sitting there in the living room.
And the man walked in the door and walked past you, sir.
No, they were.
The same man you had seen before? Go ahead.
No, sir, they were already there.
So you walk in. How do you know they're there? They're in the living room too?
No, they're in the bedroom, and I hear.
And when she finished and they both walked out in front of you?
No, sir.
What happened?
The guy left first, and
He walked past you?
Me and him got into a confrontation.
Okay. And how did that end?
Well, he ended up leaving on, going on, and then I went back in the house to talk to her. But there was nothing. She brushed it off again.
Tell me about the third time. So I have to ask you that because this sounds so unbelievable that I have to find out whether you're telling the truth. I'm being a little nosy too, quite frankly, but I'm really trying to get to the truth. Third time, what happened?
Well, third time, same way, except this time she went to go pick him up and brought him there.
You were sitting and then they came in?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And this time they walked past you.
Yes,
Say
sir.
yes or no.
Yes, sir.
And you were sitting there. Was it the same guy?
Mm-mm.
So you saw them walk to the bedroom. What did you think they were going back there to do?
Sir, I was trying to, give the benefit of the doubt that maybe it wouldn't happen again.
All right, that they were going in your bedroom to what? Play cards? So now I think you're lying, sir.
Defendant Angel Prunty dated the plaintiff, and she claims 2 weeks after their daughter was born, the plaintiff punched her in the face.
Tell me why you're suing her.
I'm suing for personal property and emotional distress.
Okay. How does she owe you for property?
Well, when she put me out in
Why did she put you out?
because I had lost my job and things had got kind of
Your
rough.
Honor, that's false. He did not have a job. I put him out because he punched me in the nose.
Did that happen?
No, sir, that
Never
did not
punched you.
happen.
It was 2 weeks after we had our daughter.
Go ahead. So she put you out because you didn't have a job. Then
Yes,
what?
sir. And she kept all my things that I had, my clothing.
When you went back to get it, what happened?
She still wouldn't give it back.
And when was this?
09, like,
Why didn't you sue her before then?
I didn't have the right resources at the time, Your Honor.
All right. Emotional distress. How does she owe you for that?
Well, Your Honor, I've been in and out of jail doing for the child support. I spent 90 days in jail for child support, and
That you didn't owe?
that I didn't owe and that I didn't even know that I was on.
Who determined that you owed it?
The child support enforcement
Services,
office.
yeah. Did you debate it with them?
Yes, sir. I went in and tried to talk to them, and they told me that I would have to pay for a DNA test, but at the time I didn't have the money to do it.
Your Honor, we
And how
had a
much
DNA
do you
test.
owe?
They told me that I had owed it at least a couple of thousand, but I didn't have it.
All right, now it's your defense.
So I went and tried to find a job so that maybe I could get it, but I hadn't found one, and I ended up going to jail.
And have you paid child support yet?
He just got out of jail again for child support.
Got out of jail again for child support, so clearly the answer is no.
Your Honor, I have the paperwork from the child support office. In the last 6 years, he is $18,582 behind on child support. We go to court twice a year, every year for the last 6 years. I've been in every single court hearing, and he hasn't appeared to a single one. And the last amount applied was $0. He has not paid one single dollar since our daughter was born. And the child support office in 2010 did a DNA test, and it was positive that it was his. There was no doubt in
You're
my mind.
challenging that today, right?
Yes, sir, because I have no recollection of that.
So what do you suspect is one of the other guys?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take a look at that. Ma'am, what do you want to tell me in defense of the property and the emotional distress? You've kind of explained the emotional distress, and you can give me your evidence of what child support enforcement or the courts have said
Here's his child
in
support.
defending
And
yourself
this is
against the
acknowledge-
emotional distress.
Do you need this? It's the acknowledgement of paternity that he signed the day she was born. He was in the hospital.
See it?
As far as the property, when we first got together, he had a total of 3 outfits and 1 pair of shoes. He was living with his mother. He had less than $500 worth of property, and the day that we split up, like I said, he was caught cheating again for the second time, because when I was 8 months pregnant was the first time I found out that he was cheating, and I actually went outside to stop him from leaving with a side chick. We got into an argument, and he pushed me down outside while I was 8 months pregnant. And then 2 weeks after my daughter was born, the same woman was texting his phone again. We got into an argument again, and he punched me in the face. I told him that he needed to leave, and I myself left as well, and told him by the time I got back, he needed to be out of the house along with all of his belongings. When I returned, he was out of the house, but his belongings was still in the house. So I bagged everything up into a garbage bag, including the stuff that I had bought during our relationship for him. He had 3 garbage bags full of stuff that I put outside, and I called him. The following day, he came to pick it up. He stayed in the car, and his sister got out and got all of his belongings. Up to this point, he hasn't called me and said that anything was missing from the bags or that I still had anything.
What do you think all this is about then?
He just got married to Miss Brown here, which they have not been together for even a year, and just got married a couple of weeks ago. She's upset because he went to jail, and there would be no emotional distress if he would have paid his child support. He has the minimum for what our state allows, which is $57 a week.
Defendant Angel Prunty dated the plaintiff, and she claims 2 weeks after their daughter was born, the plaintiff punched her in the face.
Sir, did you sign something acknowledging paternity?
Yes, sir.
So when did you change your mind?
Well, sir, I changed my mind after she had, as I said, put me out and no longer let me see the little girl that was supposed to be mine.
Could I comment on that first, as far as him not being able to see her? A week after I kicked him out of the house, he did call and ask if he could come and see her. I stated that he could, because I would never want to keep him away from his child. I did also inform him that Mr. Prunty, who is now my husband, had moved in at the time. It was a 2-bedroom house, and we were friends prior to that, so he was living in the other bedroom because I didn't live in a particularly safe neighborhood. He came to the house to see her because he said that was fine. Even if he was there, he wanted to see her. So we agreed to that. He came to the house. When he got to the house, he walked right past past my daughter and started trying to fight Mr. Prunty and started yelling about how he had stolen his family and this and this. And like I said, we wasn't even together at the time. But when he wouldn't fight him, we asked him to leave, Mr. Brown to leave. He left, and a couple of hours after that came back with the girl that he had cheated on me with, and they were outside in our driveway yelling for us to come outside and fight them. When we wouldn't come outside to fight them, he shot up our house with a child's BB gun. And that was the last time he ever contacted me to try to see his daughter.
Did that happen?
No, sir. I didn't even have a BB gun.
Okay. Did you want to say something, ma'am? And
yes,
how
sir.
are you a petitioner? What damage has she caused to you?
I am married to Calvin, and you know, we have just recently got married back in March, but we have been together for over a year. And the fact that he's steadily having to go in and out of jail, and I have tried to make contact with her through a mutual friend that they have. And
When was the last time he went to jail?
last time he went to jail,
Yes, ma'am.
December of last year.
Your Honor, he didn't go to jail for child support that time. He got picked up and went to jail for possession of drugs. My child support caseworker called me 3
Let's
days
move
after
on.
he was in
Your
jail.
counterclaim for rent, ma'am. How does he owe you for rent?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a rental agreement that was signed by both me and
What
Mr.
year?
Brown. Do it.
What year?
October 1st, 2007 is when we moved in.
Why have you waited so long?
Well, I was honestly, I mean, he owed it, but at that point in time, at the time that we broke up, I was kind of finished. I mean, I wasn't wanting to see
All right, so you
him.
just decided to sue him. You have to get the.
But I do have the rental agreement along with
all right.
rent receipt.
Well, you
time
can
we
keep
was
that.
living there.
You all are coming here 9 years, 7 years. Oh, no, ma'am. You read these. You read these results.
Probability of paternity is 99.9% that you are the father, unfortunately.
Ain't that the truth?
Why you say unfortunately, ma'am?
Unfortunately, because he hasn't been there. He didn't.
Have you denied him access to his child?
No,
Yes,
Your Honor,
sir.
I haven't. He's had the
Yes,
option
sir.
to see her, and he has
Yes,
never
sir.
wanted to.
All right. Have a good day. Both your claims are dismissed.
Hopefully, we won't
We
have
going to
further
court
contact
for
with him. I mean, he has the option
visitation.
to go to court if he wants to for visitation, since he claims that he's been so many times. And for twice a year for the last 6 years, I've been to court, and he has never once shown up.
We have not been informed of the court date for the 2 years that I've been with him, so I don't know nothing about that. But we will be there.
Sir, I mean, if there has been some kind of court dates or something, I ain't been informed about it, so I don't know. We taking. I do know I'm gonna go to court for this.